Welcome to JSS Matriculation School, Talawadi Social Class. Today I go to explain you Civics lesson number 1, Indian Constitution continue part. In the past class I explained the need for the Constitution, making of Indian Constitution, citizenship, fundamental rights. Today I go to explain you the fundamental rights, remedies, right to constitutional remedy, article number 35, writs. So what are the writs we have to go to explain now? Habeas corpus. This one is a safeguard people from illegal arrest peoples. The second one is the mandamus. We are called that. The protects the petitioner who requires legal help to get this work done by respective public authorities. The next one is prohibition of constitutional remedy of article number 32 is it prohibits a subordinate court from acting behind its jurisdictions. The fourth one is certiorari's, a quasis, an order issued by a subordinate court by overstepping its jurisdictions. The fifth one is quo warranto. We are called that. It prevents usurpation of public office through illegal manner. Now we are going to learn about suspension of fundamental rights. When the president make a proclamation of emergency under article 352, the freedom guaranteed under article number 19 are automatically suspended. The president can suspend the fundamental rights through specific order. These order must be approved by the parliament. Next, directive principles of the state policy. So the directive principles of state policy are enumerated in part 4 of the constitution from article 36 to 51. The constitutional does not contain any classification of directive principles. However, on this basis of their content of direction, they can be classified into 3 broad categories with socialistic, Gandhian and liberal intellectual. These principles are not enforced by the courts, but they are fundamental for the governance of the country. They aim at promoting the social welfare of the people. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar described these principles as novel features of the Indian constitutions. Do you know that the 86th Amendment Act of 2002 changed the subject matter of Article 45 and made elementary education a fundamental right under Article 21A. The amended directive requires a state to provide early childhood care and educational for all children until they complete the age of 6 years. Next, we are going to see difference between fundamental rights and directive principle of the state policy. First, we are going to learn about fundamental rights. It was derived from the Constitution of the USA. Even the government cannot take away of the Brits these rights. The third one is these are enforceable by a court of law. The fourth one is these have legal sanctions. These rights strengthen political democracy in the country. The next one is these are natural rights. The second one of the differences is directive principles of state policy. It was drawn on the model of the Constitution of Ireland. The first one is USA, means fundamental rights. Directive principles will be taken by Ireland. These are mere instructions to the government. These are not enforceable in any court. The next of directive principles of state policy differences, these have moral and political sanctions. The next one is the implementations of these principles ensure social and economic democracy. The next one is these lead to protect human rights. The next heading we are going to see now, fundamental duties. The fundamental duties in the Indian Constitution are inspired by the Constitution of former USSR. It means Russia. In 1976, the Congress party set up the Sardar Sarwan Singh Committee to make recommendations of fundamental duties. The 42nd Amendment Act of 1976 added some responsibility of citizens to our constitution called the fundamental duties. This amendment added a new part, namely Part 4A to the Constitution. This new part consists of only one article, that is Article 51A, which for the first time specified a code of 10 fundamental duties of the citizens. Now we are going to see list of fundamental duties. To abide, it means Article 51A declares the duty of every citizen in India to abide by the constitutions of respected its ideal for institution, the national flag and the national anthem. That is, the first one is fundamental duties. The second one is to cherish and follow the noble ideals which inspired the national struggle for freedom.